What is going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? The ACMJS Gamer here. Today, we're here to talk a little bit about Star Wars. I know these two articles came out uh, in the month of December, shortly after the Game Awards, but I wanted to go over and cover them because I'm just getting around to reading them. So there's an interview on StarWars.com with Cameron Monaghan, and I wanted to point out just a couple of things he had to say about the trailer and the game overall. So he said he thinks the trailer is a great introduction into the scope and the size of the new game. This game is really ambitious in how much it is furthering and progressing not only the gameplay elements from Jedi Fallen Order, but also furthering the story and the characters as well. Monahan says we're starting to see hints as to where that's going to branch off and what options you're going to be given as a player. And he says as much as the trailer does reveal some really cool and exciting things, it doesn't give away the whole gist of what they're going for. He continues, I think people are going to be really pleasantly surprised by just how this game progresses and where it goes as you get deeper into it. So it'd be interesting, like I said, to see where the game goes with the sequel, and the trailer is just a slice of what they have in store for us. He says, but what happens when you have hope in a situation that becomes increasingly hopeless? Different people have different ideas about what is the best way to resist. Basically, there's kind of some sort of tension between Cal and Seer because they have two different ideas on how they should proceed, how to take down the Empire. And he says Seer and Cal have this interesting dynamic where she's not his formal master, but she is his mentor. They have different ideas how to deal with imperialism and the Empire in the first game. It was about finding family and what it means to create a family. With this story, a lot of it is to do with what happens when there's stress on a family. So that's kind of what we have on the interview with Cal. There's some more, I guess, interesting tidbits of information if you want to go through and read the whole thing. I will leave a link in the description down below. We do have another article. This was with the game's director, Stig Emuson, and I highlighted some stuff here. He said, we have 5 fully realized stances in the game. A lot of people originally thought there were only 3 or 4, but there's 5. He says, a lot of it depends on the enemy that you are coming across. It's advantageous to use certain types of stances against certain types of enemies, and it's up to the player to figure that out. It requires the player to break down the enemies and figure out what the best weapon of choice is. This is very interesting because this is very much like Ghost of Tsushima, where with the katana you have the different stances that you have to kind of change on the fly depending on the enemy that you are fighting. And then he goes he says the new stances include a dedicated dual blade option, which is a blade in each hand, showing Kestis flipping and spinning in 2 separate blades at high speed. A separate new stance finds the Jedi wielding a blaster and lightsaber, simultaneously adding a new ranged dynamic to his moves. So the 5 stances in total are the single blade and the Darth Maul double blade from the first game, the dual option where he has 1 saber in each hand like Ahsoka, the blaster and lightsaber combo, and then the crossguard, which is for heavy hitting attacks. And he goes into detail about the crossbow here in a second. But he says he's an unconventional Jedi. He has to do unconventional things. So something that would be frowned upon during the height of the Jedi Order, Cal's finding he's going to do whatever it takes. So about the crossguard, the 5th stance, he says it's weighty, it's beefy, but you have to be measured on how you use it because the timing windows are longer with the blade. Very interesting. Beyond story considerations, Bode, who we saw in the trailer team up with Cal, plays a role as a buddy AI character who aids both in combat and traversal. Very interesting. And then that was it for those 2 articles. So thank you guys for watching. I'll leave a link in the description down below for both of these sources if you want to go through and read for them yourself. But the major takeaways from both of these articles for me is that it seems like we're going to get some form of Ghost of Tsushima combat, which is going to be very interesting in the Star Wars universe. And it also seems like we're going to get a really big sequel of a game that everybody's very excited for. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.